Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Brian Jester from Occupy Fantasy, and I'm here to show you the unique features of our NFL preseason DFS lineup builder powered by DFS Magic. Now, if you've used our lineup builder in the past, you know that we normally import values directly from our Occupy model. But for NFL preseason DFS, we do not do projections. We do not have an Occupy model, which may have you wondering, how do you build lineups using the lineup builder without projections? Well, that's where this video comes in. The first thing to note is that there are two stages of the lineup builder for NFL preseason DFS. The first stage is before our daily plug is released for a slate, and the second stage is after a daily plug is released for a slate. And our daily plug will feature top plays, low risk and high risk options, along with lineup strategies, bankroll recommendations, and playing time expectations. And before the daily plug is released, each player in the player pool will have a value of 5, an OF index value of 5. And now we really want to get this lineup builder out as soon as the slate is released. That way, for those of you who have your own projections, use other sources, whatever it may be, and you want to build lineups before waiting on our daily plug to release, that's what this is for. So every player has a value of 5. Now, if you just go in and start building lineups, you'll get every player in the player pool potentially added. The way you want to build in this pre-daily plug mode is to go to the advanced option, select strict mode. That way you can select which players specifically are in your lineups. And that way you have a very condensed player pool of guys that you know are going to play. And if you want to add a bump or downgrade some players or give different projections, turn on the custom projections feature and you can change each individual player's OF index to customize it a little bit more. You'll also note that in the basic settings that the min salary is 0, the max salary is 50,000. Every player is priced the same in NFL preseason DFS, so you won't have to mess with the salary settings here at all. And then the custom rules, as you know, with our other sports or with NFL regular season DFS, you can create custom rules to make sure you have the right players, the right combinations in your lineups. Okay, now let's talk about after the daily plug is released. I'm going to switch over to FanDuel Slate here to show you the difference. And as we switch over, you'll see a couple differences. The first thing you'll note is that there are icons next to different players. The $ means that this player is a low risk option in our daily plug. The dice symbol means that this player is a high risk option in our daily plug. And as a result, note that these players are updated live. As the daily plug is released, as it's updated up until lock and after lock, these icons will be updated in the builder. And once this happens, every player with an icon will receive an OF index value of 5, similar to what we saw before the plug is released. But any player without an icon will receive a 0. This means every player we list in the daily plug, the top play, is automatically added to your player pool after the daily plug is released. And this updates live. And all you have to do to make sure you have the latest projections for when the plug is released is under the tools options, click get latest projections. That'll update the symbols and each player's value. Again, if you still want to have a tighter player pool, or you want to add or subtract OF index values from different players, you can go to the advanced menu. You can choose strict mode, choose which players you want. You can change custom projections, and you can give players bumps. And just as the normal lineup builder in NFL regular season, you can edit player exposures, you can set custom rules, whatever you need to do to build your lineups. So to recap, before the daily plug is released, every player is available in the player pool. Everyone has the same OF index value. It's up to you to create a tighter player pool if you want to build before the daily plug is released. After the daily plug is released, the builder will automatically update and show you each player that is a low risk and high risk play from the daily plug. Those players will receive a 5 OF index value. Any player that is not listed in the daily plug will receive an OF index value of 0. And again, if you want to change player values, lower your or raise your player pool, you can do so with the custom projections in the strict mode settings in the advanced options. The last thing I do want to point out, if we go over, let's go back to DraftKings really quickly. We did update the optimal lineup criteria in our single builder mode. Remember, the single builder mode allows you to hand build lineups and check against our optimal lineup criteria. You'll see down here in the optimal lineup construction section for both high risk and low risk contests that these are the optimal ways to build your lineups. As long as you meet this criteria, you'll have a good lineup for NFL preseason DFS. And so let's check here For low risk, we want at least one quarterback, at least one defense. And as I look here and as I put these players into our lineup, you'll see the check marks appear as it meets the criteria. Now, high risk, we don't have a quarterback with a pass catcher. Once we do that, that'll be updated. So again, if you want to hand build your lineups, you can use our back-tested research and criteria to check to make sure you have an optimal lineup construction. If you have any questions, you can always check out our other tutorials. You can chat in our Discord, occupyfantasy.com/Discord, or you can send us a message on Twitter or email us.